I give thanks for all my blessings. Gives me everything I need. All right, now you know the words. Okay, let's go now. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Big finish. Everything I need. Ooh, a little Hendrix at the end. Yeah. All right, welcome. How we all doing? Great. Good. So this is the second cup of coffee crowd, right? So welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living here in Granada Hills. My name is Reverend Michael McMorrow. I'm the senior minister here. Gravy. Yes, and happy to be here. And our assistant minister, our presider this morning, Reverend Nancy Woods. Yes. Got Mike Carlin holding down things in the back. Our music director, Ken Francis. Yeah. And we'll allow him to introduce his buddies up here afterwards. And we're going to take a moment to just say good morning and check in with each other and say hey.
Great. 2 bars of 3. A 1, 2, 3.
That's it. See you next week. More hugs. Enough is as good as a feast, as they say. All right, so we batten down the hatches in the back. So let's all take a deep, conscious breath. That's it. Sigh it out. Using the breath to anchor us in this eternal now moment as we come together for our call to service, which we call lighting the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here this morning. So as Reverend Nancy lights the first candle, it's for the Tao. honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. The third candle we light for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. The fourth candle we light for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. The fifth candle we light for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. The sixth candle we light for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. The seventh candle we light for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. The ninth candle we light for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. The 10th candle we light for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space we hold for them here at our center. And as Reverend Nancy lights a healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experience the healing flame of God's eternal love.
And that love, I welcome. For that love is what carries us through life. So in this hour that we are spending together, it is one in which we are welcoming the opportunity to recognize the infinite intelligence of the universe, that which created all things, and know that that's what brought us here in this place in this time, because it is what created us. We are the image and the likeness of that infinite presence. Knowing this is knowing that we have the ability to declare the truth, that the perfection of life is forever unfolding, and that we are allowed to reach out and embrace our good right here in this moment. And we do so by welcoming the songs that are sung, the message that is delivered, the greetings that we receive, knowing that it is Spirit saying yes to us, yes to our life, and yes to the opportunity to know a greater and greater expression of who and what we are. Rejoicing in the I am, rejoicing in this love that is so nurturing, and it just inspires and lifts and gives to us. And so as we open our hearts and our minds to receive. The gift is infinite. So as we allow ourselves to know this, we allow ourselves to understand this, we allow ourselves to be the avenue through which it pours itself into expression. We allow ourselves to rejoice in it, receive it, as we say together, and so it is. Hello. This is a wonderful day. I wasn't supposed to be on stage at all today, but I'm replacing two people. So I figured that my spirit must have had something that it was looking to say. So I opened myself up to express where I am. And what came forth from me was that the opportunity to experience a class during the midweek is a blessing, because being in the environment of race thought, or the society thought, every once in a while it helps to have a reminder of who and what we are and why we have this community that is helping us enriching ourselves and be who we are. So this week we had a wonderful class, and it was about prayer. And prayer is one of those things that we, all our life we've heard of it. But here in this philosophy, we call it treatment for the reason because we realize that it is an opportunity to declare a greater truth for ourselves. And that the declaring is coming from within. Because Spirit already gave us what we need to create whatever we need to express. It is already in us. So when I had a chance to read and I was sharing in the class, the thing that hit me really strongly was, after all these years of doing this, the key thing is to remember that Spirit is all that there is, and that what we are expressing is out of Spirit, and that whatever is out of Spirit is complete within itself. And so we know and understand that we are able to declare a truth and bring it into expression, and it is the greater good of life, because the will of Spirit is more life, more joy, more beauty, more divine expression of being. This is what we are. This is what this whole thing is. And we are learning that. And sometimes we get off track and we get back caught up in this race thinking. But we can, at all times, re-emerge on this track of truth, where we realize and understand that the greater good is always waiting to be expressed. And our recognition of it is what brings it forth into expression. And we can learn to let go of the thinking and the environment, the news, and all this type of thing that is bringing these messages that the perfection of life isn't true. But what we have to know is that because we have gained the awareness that Spirit is all that there is, but the truth is that there's a divine presence always waiting to be expressed, and that we are the avenue through which it's coming into being. So if we spend all our time doing that, we gradually let go of those things in our life that we don't want to experience. And I know that this is my truth, and I have experienced it. And I have to say this. On Christmas Eve, I'm having surgery. And I was talking about how happy I was that I was having surgery. And somebody said, how can you be happy after having surgery? I said, I am ready to let go of something. And the surgeon is going to help me do it. So I'm really happy that we're getting together to do this. So there is a truth everywhere. And I find it very good. And all of us have the abilities to step into it at any time and at any moment. Everybody. And thank you for letting me share that.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Morning. All right. It's a Merry Christmas and Happy Last Day of Hanukkah, too, to everybody. Today, I'm really pleased to have my friends here, great musicians. Please welcome Mr. Adam Levy on upright bass. And our special guest singer today spent 3 years as the music director on the Dinah Shore Show. Yes. And a writer for Disney, too. A lot of stuff for Disney. But please welcome today doing 2 of his original tunes, one of which, the second tune, he did as a duet with Dinah Shore. But please welcome Mr. Andy Belling.
Rosemary Lane isn't plain in the rain like it is when it's dry. My, oh my. Flowers relaxed, sidewalks shine like they're waxed on Rosemary Lane in the rain. Showers will wash the smog away, keep the fog at bay for a while. Pink stucco castles have moats again, and they smile, a fat pink smile. People complain about the rain in their hair, but it's not worth the sigh. My, oh my. Rainbows and oil paints on the ground, mirrors can be found everywhere. And when the rain stops, not a sound except the glass. Breathing deeply, soon from the sky, sun will dry all around. And I'm waiting again for that first sign of rain to descend on my Rosemary. I take me back to Rosemary.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. Let's give him some more love. Thank you so much. So I'm supposed to do these announcements? Okay. There's a stocking stuffer, and that is $500 Visa card, and you can buy a ticket, and Agneta back there is selling them for you, and Barbara over here is selling them. So it's a chance to, and Kathy. So these are people that you can buy your ticket if you haven't bought one today. $500 is a nice gift. And then on the next announcement is the North Valley Caring Center. It is one of those places that we support every year. And what we are supporting them to do is we're helping children, little children, wrap gifts for their parents. And there are those that aren't able to necessarily step out and do things like this. So this is a chance to give and to be of service. So there's a sign-up slip out there, and if you want to donate a gift, there's a couple of boxes out there, unwrapped, so that the children can give their parents a gift. So if you got 2 hours on Saturday, set it aside and give it to someone. And on Wednesday, December the 16th, 7 p.m., we're going to do our Spiral of Lights. It's a lovely event in which we, how do you say, it's just love. It's just harmony and love and beauty all in one package. And so the children love it, the adults love it. So come out and join us as we do this process of lighting the Spiral of Lights. On Thursday, December the 24th, it's Christmas Eve. We have Reverend Mike is coming out, and he said, y'all come out and join him on Christmas Eve, so he's not here by himself, and we'll just sing carols and celebrate Christmas together. On Thursday, December 31st, is the World Peace Meditation, and that's at 4 a.m. This is year number 28 for this center. So, is it 27 or 28? I think it's 28. So come out. I mean, the world peace has been going on, and it's in the millions. So to have a peace meditation with people that are all over the world. So join us. On December the 31st, there's a Christmas Eve candlelight service with Reverend Jessica Fish. So, New Year's, okay. Oh, it's New Year's Eve candlelight service. Okay, I got a lot of things going on. But anyway, it's a lot of events. There's a program outside, so check it out. See which one you can participate in. And thank you for the announcements. So now would you stand and say the Declaration of Principles with me? We believe in one universal spirit, manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal to and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that our faith operates upon a law of mind, which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life, in the immortality of the individual soul, forever expanding. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the forgiveness of life to all.
Yeah.
out of the way. So much gear. Let's give the band another hand, shall we? Yeah. Is that one of your songs there, Andy? The Rosemary Lane thing? Yeah, he wrote that. Pretty nice, eh? Yeah. So thanks for the great music. So yeah, there's a lot, man. We're right in the middle of it now. Right? December 13th. So this Wednesday, the Spiral of Light. And then on Saturday, North Valley Caring Services. And, you know, I have a sign-up sheet. And all you need to do is give us 2 hours. So with travel time, that's like 3 hours. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a member of the center. So this is like if you have one of those bah humbug friends who really needs to give a little boot, this is a great way. You can't feel bad and be of service at the same time. Right? So the sign-up sheet's out there. I have it set up. There's a little overlap between the shifts. And and it's really easy and it's fun. The kids are so cute, and you're helping them gift wrap, and the Boy Scouts are there, and there's about 400 families who come through. So there's a couple of ways you can support it. One is to do a shift. The other, and I know it's late notice, but for whatever reason they didn't get the information out till late. There's a box out there. Bring an unwrapped gift for an adult, and it can be a re-gift, right? So, you know, we all have things. This would be a nice gift for someone, and yes. So you can we're open all week this week till Thursday. We're here for the Spiral on Wednesday. The Sangha has a thing on Wednesday morning, and if you still forget, you can come by on Thursday night, and then I'll make sure it gets over there. All right? Fair enough? Yep. Easy, man. Mm-hmm. Serving's easy, and it just makes you feel good, I'm telling you. So, by the way, I signed us up for the first shift on Saturday. So, and next Sunday is the Christmas service. So see Ken if you're wanting to sing, so he can get your email and contact information in the choir. And so if you can carry a tune, you're in the choir, is the way that one works. So enthusiasm counts. And that helps if you can hold a tune, but he can put you around people who can sing louder than you, if that's what's called for. And then we do have this opportunity drawing. It's a great way to raise money from outside of the center. It's only $10 for a ticket. There's only 300 tickets made, so the odds are in your favor. So get either buy a book of 12 for $100, or 3 for $25, or 1 for $10. So, and it's a Visa gift card this year, and that's why we're calling it a stocking stuffer, because you can $500, you can stuff a lot of. Yeah. All right, and then on the 24th, join us. And I just got a commitment from Wayne Moore. He'll do some Christmas carols before the service. That's on Christmas Eve, starting at 7:00, and that'll be candlelight service and the whole bit. So come on out. You know, there's no reason if you're having a hard time, if you're alone or whatever, you're just in the Christmas doldrums, there's no reason to stay there, right? There's no reason to stay there. There's lots of stuff going on around this center. So whether you're new or you've been around here for a while, let's team up and walk through the season together. So here's the talk title today, The Will to Live. It's coming out of the Living the Science of Mind, this textbook part B, I suppose, which is a wonderful compilation of essays and talks and all kinds of materials from Ernest Holmes. This one kind of sounds morbid, yeah? The Will to Live. Yeah, but let's dip into it a little bit and let's see what Ernest has to say. So he says this. Merry Christmas is what he says first, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, that's very festive, very safe in a place like this, where we honor all faith traditions. All right, and then so Ernest Holmes says this. We are told that we are born with the will to live, and an almost equal will to die. That when we look forward to more pain and unhappiness than to more peace and joy in living, the mind begins to destroy the body so that we shall not have to suffer the pain we unconsciously anticipate. Unconsciously anticipate. That's the first paragraph in this little chapter. So if we consider this idea for a moment, it may appear logical, yes, but at the same time, to me at least, a little bit harsh. So if we consider for a moment the seemingly gigantic calamities that can sometimes befall us in human living, it can sound like the teaching is blaming the victim for their plight in life. So the losses of a job, a love, our health, our creativity, the way that we are experiencing life are because in some way we have an unconscious anticipation of calamity or discord. So, to me, it begs the question, how is blaming myself for my misfortunes going to make me feel better about my life and my place in life? Well, this ties into the old idea, if you show up with a challenge somewhere in places like this and you are asked, what's in your consciousness that created this situation? I just lost my job. Oh, what's in your consciousness? Well, the answer to that question may well be, I'm not sure. But I do know that I've just been given a big old resentment just by you asking me that question. So what's in your consciousness is not a helpful question unless it's one of self-reflection. Self-reflection free of judgment, of condemnation, or self-recrimination of any kind. Simply an inquiry for information. What is in my consciousness? What is it in my thinking that has allowed or brought forward this condition in my life to come forward? Now, that can still sound like we're playing the blame game, except if you consider for a moment that the point of power in our life is within our own life, within our own consciousness. Everything? Yes, everything. Because we are at a moment of choice to choose how we engage in whatever outside condition there is. We can either surrender to it and just say, well, that's just the way it is. Same old jive. Or we can say, you know what? I'm done with this. Whatever it is in me, known or unknown, whatever obstacles standing in the way of the greatest expression of God, expressing as my life, I'm done. I'm done. I surrender. I know I'm not creating anything. I know it's the power of life itself expressing through me that can shift this right now, and I'm open to it. Right now. Right now. That's the promise of this teaching. And yet we often play penny ante in $1 million game. Right? We play around on the edges when really what we're seeking, and what is seeking us, is a complete transformation through the alignment of the principles of life itself that are already impressed in our very DNA. For the very, if God is nothing else, it is creative. And so we have within us the power to recreate anything through the use of prayer. That this whole deal is formed on the foundation idea that there is one infinite mind of spirit expressing through everything, and that we can use it. That it responds to thought. In fact, our thought, it responds to us by co-responding with us. That we are directing the light of spirit through the use of prayer or mind treatment. Spiritual mind treatment. Now, what is a spiritual mind treatment? It's a series of affirmations for life and used in a positive fashion to know a new truth about our life. So we recognize that the life that we are expressing is an outward expression of our deepest held beliefs. And so what's needed then is for us to go deeper and to allow the infinite power and presence that's already in there to come forth, free of any limitations or constrictions or outlining as to the way that we think it's supposed to be. For our minds are finite, and we're playing with infinite power. So what's in your consciousness that's created this situation? It's not a helpful question unless it's one of self-reflection. But having said that, I like this notion of unconscious anticipation, and it is perfect for this holiday season. What am I unconsciously anticipating? So it might be, Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me. Yeah, that's back when women wore furs, so maybe now it's put a fake sable under the tree. So the holiday season is upon us. We have all the triggers available to us that are anchored in past experience. So we have all of the ingredients for It's a Wonderful Life or a really dry fruitcake, right? Or maybe a mix of the two, probably a mix of the two. And today we also have video and soundtrack behind all of it to reinforce it all. So in this way, the unconscious anticipation is a real setup for disappointment, unless our unconscious anticipation is that I am going to have a great holiday season regardless of what may be presented to me in the outer world that appears to be discordant with this intention. So there are many pressures in the holiday season, to be sure. I don't want to pretend like there's not. And that most of these pressures come from really great things. Right? So not only wanting to come together in community and participate in stuff, but also, wanting to go to holiday parties, to buy gifts for loved ones, to receive gifts from loved ones, to be of service to those less fortunate, to sing in choirs, or to cook the feast for family members. These are all wonderful aspects of the holiday season. And we can feel a lot of pressure trying to get that all done, can't we? Yeah, no? Yeah. For after all, there is a deadline here, right? It's December 24th. We got 10 days to get all this stuff done. I hope it's not too late for Amazon. So, our science of mind practice is invaluable to bringing a value-added consciousness to everything about our life, and maybe especially in the holiday season when so many are going a little nutty around trying to keep their commitments. That we can fully engage in the will to live a rich life, full of remembering that the rich life of today and the consciousness that creates it is creating the memories of those Christmases yet to be. So that by stepping into a consciousness of giving and receiving and stepping into the light of love that this season represents, we are actually creating memories that 5-10 years from now are going to be the little gems. So I was thinking in the first service when I was looking at the tree. So the kids decorated the tree last week while we were waiting for the parade. The never starting parade seemed to take forever to start. But this tree is beautiful, and it's an anchor for me for when I had small kids in the house. And I know some of you can relate to this. When you have small kids in the house, there's a magical component to this holiday season that's different. It's different when we get older. That sometimes we have to work on cultivating maybe that magic into the season. Because now it's no longer about Santa Claus. At least if you're religious science, I hope it's not about Santa Claus. Right? God is not Santa Claus. Right? There's a power for good in the universe available to everyone, and it's not Santa Claus. Right? It is the power and presence of the divine available to you and me, and we can use it. We can use it for good. We can use it for good in our own life. We can, in enriching our own life, remembering that we bring others with us. That we can bring value-added consciousness to any situation or circumstance that we meet this holiday season with. Now, when we had a young adult service, I used to speak to how young adults can often really get caught in the vice because they're expected to be in two different families, plus they have their own stuff that they want to do, right? And so sometimes they're kind of pulled between where to go. Or in blended families, you can have the same situation. So you got the outlaws, you got the in-laws, and you have kids who've got to go in between all this stuff. And it can be crazy making, right? But to know that there is that within us, that is the divine pattern of perfection, longing to outpicture as our life. And you know something? I usually don't give personality stuff to God so much, except when I'm working on communing with it, because I know that there's some part of me that understands it that way. But if Spirit has any kind of satisfaction at all, it's got to be to express His peace, love, and harmony in really crazy situations. Right? I know that's how I like to experience it. Right? So when the food fight starts, right, after the third glass of eggnog, that we can be the center of calm. Right? When Weird Uncle Ned starts doing his thing, we can be calm. When my dad asks me one more time, when am I coming back to the true faith? I can be calm. Yeah, my dad was in town this week. So, what is the answer to this dilemma? How to live in the world and remain out of the world? Well, you know what? I'm so far away from my notes, who cares anymore? So, what is the answer to the dilemma? What is the answer to the dilemma? How do we live in the world and yet stay a step away from it just a little bit? And I think the holiday season is a perfect time to consider such things. Because we are being bombarded by race-conscious ideas of consumption and materialism at every level of sensory perception, slathered with it this year with a good smear of desperate foreign affairs and the fears that go along with it. That if we allow these things to move us off our center, we can work ourselves right into the dark rabbit hole of despair, of what's the use, feeling disconnected, first within ourselves and then with our fellows, and then with life itself. And this is not a good place to be. So if we are out picturing our life and wanting to know this in a more positive way, then the work really is up to you and up to me. What are my deep-seated thoughts? How strong is our mentality? You know, do our thoughts out picture as this? Right? Does it out picture like this, or is it this? Is it one that's kind of dry and only God, tied into some old story that leaves us feeling dry and withered, or one of radiance of light and life? Right? That's why the evergreen is used, right? It's evergreen. It's ever life. So what Holmes tells us is that we need to remember that what we need is a deep underlying faith or conviction about this life that will remove this inner conflict and frustration and let the original divine pattern come to the surface. For we are all rooted in God, the living Spirit. And when we remember this truth, I really like this image because this tree is not only healthy, but it's wide open, and radiating, and rooted deep into the power and presence of Spirit. That our home says this, that our roots run deep into the creative soil of the infinite mind. And if we had not stopped drawing straight from the roots of our being, we should be all right. So the juice is there. All the nutrients that we need to express a full and complete life that has all the love, all the peace, the joy, the love, the harmony, the prosperity, the creativity, the perfect job, perfect mate, perfect car, perfect whatever. However you want to define it, is there. Right? There's a power for good in the universe available to everyone, and we can use it. We can go back to God, the creative Spirit, and say, I am born of God. There is one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. Nothing has interfered with that life. Nothing can interfere with it now. I know there is nothing in the universe that holds anything against me. And following the thoughts of the great teacher, that ye shall be forgiven, right? Because this is often the big obstacle, particularly around this time of year, that often has pangs of regret that are, we're like Jacob Marley dragging around this chain with all these boxes and stuff behind us, man. No, that's done. We're done with that. I forgive myself for all these links in this chain. I forgive myself and I forgive everyone else. The past is gone. This is no longer a fact for me. I know that God holds nothing against me. And if I have done anything to hurt others, or they have done anything to hurt me, I now forgive myself and them. Therefore, I am conscious that I have complete clearance. There is no judgment, no contemplation, no fear, only love. And when we live from this place, when we live from this conscious understanding that as we love more, we live more, we can change the world. First within ourselves, within our families, within our communities. And it can't but help radiate to the greater world when enough of us are doing it. This is not a new idea. I remember when I was a kid watching the Mike Douglas show. That's, dating me, I know. But they had the Maharishi on there. And he was teaching then. And I was just this little altar boy, didn't know anything, about 10 or 11. And he said, when 51% of the people, right, are meditating peace, all it takes is 51% of us, then the shift will change. The shift will change. The balance will tilt. Right? So it's important that we do our work. It's important that we continue to meditate. It's important that we use seasons like this to cultivate and to know that there is a light of the world being born within you and within me. That the second coming is a second coming in consciousness, and we are willing to step into that truth right now and be that in our life. To be value-added consciousness in the world. So let's take a deep breath as I invite the musicians to come forward. And I'm going to share this from Ernest Holmes. I have confidence in life. Life as an expression of God. I have confidence in life. I have a deep faith and complete conviction that God is all there is, that I am wanted and needed in love, not only by the divine Spirit, but by everyone I meet. I belong to life. It belongs to me, and I am going to enter into it with joy. That life is ready to give me everything that is good, and I am ready to pass it on to others. I am a channel through which God flows in every direction, giving and receiving, receiving and giving. The channel is never stopped. And so it is.
Christmas is magic when you're 7 or so. Santa and reindeer are for real. How do those presents all get under the tree? I'll stay up late and then I'll see, searching for reasons as the seasons go by. Why does the wonder have to go? Christmas is different when you enter your teens. When will they know just what it means? Christmas alone can be empty. Family and friends far away. Unless you hang on to a memory from that one special day, and then you'll discover that a Christmas can be found in the joyful meaning of what you remember from deep in your heart. The magic of Christmas is love. It's love.
Like I was saying, the magic of Christmas is love. Nice song. Great job. All right, so as we prepare our gifts for the offering, we're going to call our ushers forward. I am so glad. I am so glad. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so glad, I am so grateful, I am so glad, I am so glad, I am so glad, in and recognizing that the gifts presented here this morning are a demonstration of consciousness that understands and knows that it knows that God is the source, the substance, our supply. And so from the generous heart of the individual from which these gifts have been offered here this morning, we, representing the heart of this community, accept these gifts with deep appreciation, love, and respect as we know together they go forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless the intention and life vision of each one here this morning and anyone connected to this center in any way. That we know that this blessing radiates from here and includes our friends here in our community of Granada Hills, our city of Los Angeles, our state of California, our United States of America, all of its temples, churches, mosques, schools, universities, the people who attend them, the people who support them. Our planet as well, that we know that there is one infinite intelligence expressing as all of it. And to the extent that we know this, we see it expressing in ways of peace, love, and harmony, and respect for all beings. This raises our heart and allows us to experience the gift of spiritual living one more day. For this, we are truly grateful. And together we acknowledge this by saying, and so it is. Amen. So please help me thank our ushers this morning. Lovely Rika and Sweet Sue Chai. And we've gone through let's see if the kids are out here. So please, if you can make some time for Saturday, come on in, you guys. If you can make some time for Saturday, we could really use some help in that effort. And bring any adult gifts that you would like to share. So Luca is here today. You know, he was actually here last week in a parade. I saw you doing a thing with the sign. I saw you. Yeah, that was awesome. Was it fun? Yeah? Cool. What'd you say?
It was hard to carry the banner because, well, it was so big, and I was just doing my friend and just avoiding all the stuff and stopping and going. It was just so much fun this year.
Well, he was holding the banner, you know, the long banner. I was impressed, dude, that you were able to make it for 1.5 miles holding that thing up. So, all right, so who are our spokespeople today? What do you got here? Yes, please. Oh, good. That's perfect. That's what they call a cue.
Today we learned about the origin of Hanukkah, and we learned that there are 50 different ways to spell it. And they all come in different colors too. So we learned about the light, hope, love, and joy in the Jewish tradition, and we got to eat donuts because they said that, well, the paper that we were reading said that we were supposed to eat foods fried in oil because the oil from the lanterns lasted 8 days, so in celebration we were supposed to eat donuts.
I'm liking the sound of this.
Yes. And then after that we played the dreidel game, and Al won, and I only was left with one M&M.
So you used M&M, and then what is this here? What's this called?
Gelt.
Gelt, and what is Gelt?
It's chocolate.
Chocolate candies, all right. All right, so who else?
Today, in the back of the tracker, we talk about that we love holidays, and we do love holidays, and I just draw a little snowman, but I didn't have time. But I usually we are having the best holidays ever.
All right. Thank you, Chloe. All right, so I'm going to ask our practitioners and ministers to circle the room as we get Reverend Nancy up on the platform to give her one of her... Well, here, you can do it here. The microphone. She does one of her first team varsity closing treatments.
So as the practitioners surround this room with love, we invite you to put anyone in this circle of love that you know that needs wants a better expression of life itself, and want to buy into the will to be alive and to be fully immersed in life. So as we recognize that this is a joyous season, we recognize that the joy of life comes from within. And it's in that understanding and awareness, we allow ourselves to flow forth into expression. And we are the joy. We are the peace. We are the love. So as we give of ourselves, we know that our environment, our community, is enriched by our presence. So it's with the consciousness of gratitude and acceptance. We allow this to take place in us, through us, and as us. And as we go forth to share this, we welcome this opportunity. And we welcome the law that is guiding and directing us as we say together, and so it is.
Please stand with the peace sign. One, two, three, four, five, six. We'll go back to letter A. Okay. We'll play A, and then we'll play right into B. At the end of B, we go straight to the ending. You take it. Likewise. Thank you. Let me grab I'll grab your stuff right now.